Meteorological summer is over, and the shoulder season is here. The crowds of summer have gone, and the pace of Chatham has slowed. Downtown is manageable. You can actually find a parking place, and you don't have to wait for a seat in a restaurant. This is definitely the best time of year on the Cape, especially here in Chatham. I'm Huntley Harrison, together with Richard Garvin, to bring you the September installment of Chatham Today, the show that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the town of Chatham. This show marks the start of our 4th year. Wow. Nationwide, there are very few towns that produce a show that highlights their events and activities in a video format. We are extremely fortunate to have the support of the Board of Selectmen, the Chatham Chamber of Commerce, and of course, that of you, our viewers. We hope it has been both interesting and informative these past 3 years, and we look forward to more as we bring you shows that chronicle life in this special town. Thank you for your continued support. We'll start off with a public service announcement from the Chatham Airport Commission. As you may have heard, in order to reduce aircraft noise over Chatham, the Airport Commission has instituted a voluntary, fly-friendly noise abatement program for local and transiting pilots. They are reminded that Chatham is a noise-sensitive area and should reduce power as soon as safely practical upon takeoff. When landing, it is suggested that they adhere to the designated traffic pattern, altitudes, and distances. Also, for all of the drone pilots out there, as of August 29th, the new small drone rule goes into effect. This is known as FAR Part 107, which explains how to obtain your remote pilot certificate. Under this rule, the person flying a drone must have this certificate with a small UAS rating or be directly supervised by someone with a certificate. In addition, the TSA will conduct a security background check of all remote pilot applications prior to a certificate being issued. For further information, go to faa.gov/UAS. And now, Rich has information about events and activities at the Council on Aging.
September is a very busy month at the COA. On Friday, September 9th at 12 p.m., Spuds with Your Buds. Come to the COA where Sergeant Massey from the Chatham Police Department will show you how to take your run-of-the-mill baked potato and turn it into a culinary masterpiece. Choose from a plethora of toppings, so join us at our 5-star potato bar where once you top, you won't stop. They will be having entertainment by Douglas Fields and Company, who will be playing mandolin, guitar, in a mixture of musical themes such as blues, bluegrass, ballads, and more. Don't miss out on the fun. Reserve your spot today. Transportation available. Tickets are $5. Call for reservations. Life is better when you're laughing. The best of Johnny Carson. Lunch and show with comedian Tom Walsh on Monday, September 12th at 12 p.m. Join Tom as he takes your mind off of all your worries and shows you that laughter really is the best medicine for curing all ills. Bring a friend or come and make a new friend and enjoy an afternoon of laughter and happiness. Reservations are required and transportation will be available. Tickets are $9. Don't wait. Call today. Day trip, destination, Orleans. French Cable Museum, The Knack, and local scoop, Wednesday, September 14th at 10 a.m. First stop, the French Cable Station Museum, located in Orleans, contains an historic collection of Atlantic undersea telegraphic cables, instruments, maps, and assorted memorabilia. You will be given a private tour. Second stop, The Knack, as described by the Cape Cod Times, quote, every so often you come across a business that is doing every single thing right. The Knack in Orleans is one such place. Brothers Van and Michael Heides decided to perfect the Cape Cod roadside stand, and the choices they have made say a lot about the type of people they are. Every single thing on the menu is handmade in-house using the best local ingredients that they can find. Final stop. Leave room for dessert, guys. They will head over to the local scoop for make-your-own sundaes. Cost? Museum donations accepted. Lunch and dessert is at your own cost. Reservations are required, and transportation is free. Space is limited, so call the COA for information and to register. The bus departs the COA at 10 a.m. AARP Driver Safety Program on Monday, September 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Cars have changed, so have traffic rules, driving conditions, and the roads you travel every day. Even the most experienced drivers can benefit from brushing up on their driving skills. The AARP Smart Driver course, offered by AARP Driver Safety, is the nation's largest driver safety course and is designed especially for drivers age 50 and older. By taking the AARP Smart Driver course, you'll learn the current rules of the road, defensive driving techniques, and how to operate your vehicle more safely in today's increasingly challenging driving environment. You may be eligible to receive a multi-year auto insurance discount upon completing the course. Consult your insurance agent for details. AARP membership is not required to take the course, and there are no tests to pass. The fee is $15 for AARP members, $20 for non-members. The course will run from 10 to 3 with a break for lunch. Bring a lunch or purchase lunch at the COA for $7. Space is limited, so register for the program and or lunch by calling 508-945-5190.
That could be an interesting
Yeah,
few hours to spend.
yeah, it could. I mean, I'm working on the rule books from the 1960s.
I know, yeah. I mean, things have changed,
Yeah.
and
just more cars on the road.
yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what, part of me says I don't know what they could tell us, but I'm sure there's some new things and ways to, that
Exactly.
we should be driving now that are different from when we learned.
Just anything from inclement weather, just safety things that you can do, not following too closely, making sure you pass on the right. A lot of people, not on the right, on the left. They say, maybe I need the course.
I think you need the course.
Here's a new program many have been asking for. Fit, fun, and fall-free. From September 20th to October 27th on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. 1 hour of great exercise. The Fit, Fun, and Fall-Free exercise program is a combination of strength, flexibility, and balance exercises, but will also incorporate a little fun. The fun portion will include simple dance steps for balance and coordination. According to the National Institute for Health, studies show that exercise is important for promoting good health, functional independence, and quality of life in older adults. This exercise program is being offered through the VNA of Cape Cod. Each session will run for 6 weeks, with classes meeting for an hour twice a week. To maximize the benefit of the classes, participants are asked to commit to attending twice a week. A medical release is necessary prior to participation. This session is free to participants and space is limited. Please call the COA to register. Caregiver demands and needs. Resources. Personal Planning Committee Forum on September 22nd at 3:30 p.m. in St. Christopher's Parish Hall. This program is presented by the St. Christopher's Personal Planning Committee and the Chatham Council on Aging, and is open to members of St. Christopher's Parish and residents of Chatham. Recent surveys by the Chatham COA and St. Christopher's Church have shown that a major concern of Chatham residents is dealing with loved ones in failing health. The purpose of this session is to clarify resources available through the COA and local healthcare facilities. Speakers will include Chatham COA Outreach, David Maloney, Director of Broadreach Hospice, and Dr. Alan Ward, Director of Palliative Care at Liberty Commons. This program is free and no registration is required. Location is at St. Christopher's Parish Hall on Main Street. Questions may be directed to the church office 945-2832, 945-1033. On Monday, September 26th at 1 p.m., there will be an important free presentation on health plan options for people with Medicare. If you're already enrolled in Medicare, you may be wondering if you chose the right options. Already have Medicare, but wonder if you have the right coverage? We understand that Medicare can be confusing. This seminar explains your health insurance options, including the rules for Medicare, so you can be confident you've made the right choices. What will health plan options cover? This seminar is a presentation and discussion led by a Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts representative. It typically includes explanation of Medicare Parts A and B and C, Medicare enrollment timeline, Medigap plans that help supplement Medicare coverage, Medicare Advantage plans such as HMOs and PPOs, Medicare Part D prescription drug plan. Come at noon for lunch. Reservations are required for both, and transportation will be available. Alzheimer's Education Series for Family Caregivers. Free workshop. This is a 3-part workshop for new caregivers to learn about disease progression, managing behaviors, and communication strategies. The 3-part series is offered at the Chatham COA on Tuesdays, September 13th, September 20th, and September 27th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There is no charge, but space is limited. Registration is required. Contact 508-775-5656 or info@hopedementia.org. Looking to help your neighbors? The FISH program in Chatham is in need of volunteers. They need drivers and dispatchers. Drivers drive Chatham residents to medical appointments. You are free to drive as frequently or infrequently as you wish. Dispatchers are on duty 4 hours, 1 day a month. They make themselves available from their own homes to connect the need to the appropriate driver. If you would like further information or are ready to volunteer for either of these opportunities, please call Gene Williams at 508-945-4950. And finally, here are some events of special interest. September birthday celebration, Wednesday, September 14th at 2 p.m. On Monday, September 19th, Movie Mondays at the COA Cinema presents Hello, My Name is Doris. Well, my name's Rich, but that's the name of the movie. Day trip on Wednesday, September 21st to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's at 9 a.m.
You're not Doris? No. I thought you were Doris. Who am I sitting next to? The Eldridge Public Library has some great programs as they kick off their fall offerings. We'll start with 2 author events. On Wednesday, September 14th at 10:30, Falmouth resident Linda Steele will be at the library to discuss her book, Meet Me in My Cape Cod Kitchen. With more than 60 delicious recipes, this book celebrates sharing good food with family and friends, inspired by the sweetness of living by the beach. Many of the recipes rely on seasonal and regional ingredients and includes reflections on life in a seaside community. And on Wednesday, September 21st at 10:30, local author Robin Smith Johnson will be at the library to talk about her new book, Legends and Lore of Cape Cod. Cape Cod has a rich tradition of local lore, stretching back to the time before the Pilgrims arrived, from ancient Wampanoag legends to tales of pirates and explorers, to mysterious islands and unsolved mysteries. Author Smith Johnson shares historic tales of shipwrecks, murders, hauntings, and more. The Book to Film discussion group will meet on Saturday, September 10th at 2 p.m. This month's selection is The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark. Chatham Writers meets Mondays at 10:30. And the last session of the Summer Fiction Writers Group meets on Thursday, September 15th at 6:30 p.m. Also, the Memoirs Group continues to meet on Fridays at 10:30. And the Friends of the EPL Book Club meets on September 27th at 4 p.m. Call Linda Nixon at 508-945-2094 for further information. Ebook sessions with Amy Andresen, the Kindle, on Wednesday, September 7th at 10:15, and the iPad at 11:30. Registration is required for these sessions. Register online or call the library at 508-945-5170. And now for some items of general interest. The Chatham Health and Swim Club is gearing up for their very popular CHIP program. The Complete Health Improvement Program, aka CHIP, is a great way to better health. They are offering a free lecture on Saturday, September 17th at 11 a.m. at the club. The topic will be how to feel young and improve your energy. The program, taught by Carol Penfield, a nurse practitioner, is known to prevent, arrest, and even reverse chronic disease. Significant health changes can occur in as little as 30 days, including improved blood pressure, cholesterol, body mass index, your weight, sleep, and depression. They know. They have witnessed it at the club. Due to its popularity and incredible results, this is the 9th program that they have offered. Seating for the introductory lecture is limited, so everyone is invited to contact the front desk at the club at 508-945-3555 for additional information and to reserve a seat. The actual CHIP program begins on Tuesday, September 20th. Speaking of gearing up, the Fishermen's Alliance is kicking off their Meet the Fleet season at their Route 28 headquarters on Wednesday, September 28th at 5 p.m. The topic this time, lobster. The American lobster is perhaps the most well-known seafood the world over, and Cape Cod has a thriving commercial fishery for it. Well managed to ensure future populations, lobstering has many conservation measures such as pot limits, size restrictions, and rules to protect egg-bearing females. Learn about the differences between fishing in Cape Cod Bay and off the backside of the Cape. This event is both free and open to the public. Please note that an RSVP is required. You can reserve by email at rsvp@capecodfisherman.org or call 508-945-2432, extension 109. And the Atwood House Museum is proud to introduce Masters of the Sea, an exhibit featuring sea captains' portraits by Frederick White, along with stories about their adventures at sea. Ship models and artifacts used in sailing are also on display. Learn why Chatham's sea captains were in high demand in the 1800s. On September 18th, the Sunday lecture series at the Atwood presents Rum Running on Cape Cod by author Jeff Proctor. There is free admission, but donations are certainly welcome. For more information, call 508-945-2493 or check out their website. On Saturday, September 24th, the Chatham Historical Society proudly presents an exclusive premiere showing of a bonus documentary from the finest hours, featuring local Chatham folks, remembering the rescue of the Pendleton. Join them for an insider tour and panel discussion of the events that unfolded on that fateful February 18th, 1952. There will be 2 showings, one at 4 and one at 6 p.m. You can email reservations to kwright, that's KWRIGHT, atwood@gmail.com. On Thursday, September 1st, at the Marconi Maritime Center, filmmaker, photographer Chris Seifert will screen Cape Cod by drone with showings at 6 and again at 8 p.m. He will discuss the pros and cons of drones, including privacy and safety issues. He will also discuss more scientific and environmental uses of drones with environmental surveys, wildlife monitoring, and 3D environmental archaeological mapping examples. That should be very interesting.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about how they're using it for archaeological surveys. They can really see the contours, and I think they can even almost get below the trees. So what was thought to be nothing is now revealing foundations and things like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And a helicopter sometimes blows so much dust around.
Yeah,
you can't see anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're interesting devices.
They are, for good and for evil.
Well, yeah, I think now that the FAA has gotten some of the rules, as I mentioned earlier in the show, and people have to kind of adhere to those rules, I think it'll be much safer and much more regulated, and I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, when it first got started, it was kind of the Wild West.
It was the Wild West. Yeah, people were just putting these things up, and who knows?
Yeah.
And that wraps it up for this time. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Chatham Today. Remember, the show runs on Channel 99 on Mondays at 9 a.m. and several other times during the week. If you missed the cablecast or want to see it again, you can find us on Facebook and YouTube, or you can visit our website. Just do a Google search for site/Chatham Today. It should be the first entry you see. The web address is on the screen now. Chatham Today is a video chronicle of the events and activities in the town of Chatham. If you would like to have what's happening in your organization announced on the air, please email us. We look forward to hearing from you. You can also like us on Facebook at Chatham Today, and we certainly hope you do that as well. Thank you for watching. We'll see you down the road.